The pole dance world is made of a wide variety of people. They are the athletes, the teachers, the students, the owner of studios, owner of brands, the organizers of competitions and events, and many more. All of them are part of the pole dance world. All together, they make the pole dance community. And I would love all these amazing people to have a voice and a chance to share their experience. That is why I'm going to start a series of interviews of all kinds of people involved in pole dancing. The aim is to bring attention and give credit to those who are not always getting a lot of exposure. And I would like to include everybody because we all have something to share. Hello, everybody. Today I'm with Leah Roth, and she's an amazing pole dancer. You may already know her because she took part in many competitions, and some of her achievements include being the German champion several times and representing her country at IPSF. I thought it could be really interesting to talk to her today because she's a very good athlete. And I find her both strong and flexible, which is quite rare to find such an accomplished athlete. So I'm very curious to find out more about her, and I'm sure that you guys will be very interested too. So, hello Leah, how are you today? Thank you very much. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here with you.
Great. So, it's great actually we have this opportunity to talk today because we've never met in real life. So we interact sometimes on Instagram because I love following your feed. It's always great inspiration. So, it's going to be very interesting for me as well, to get to know you more. So if you're ready, I can start the questions right away. So naturally, the first thing I was wondering, and I thought I should, start there, is how did you get into pole dancing?
Okay, how I get into pole dancing? Okay, it's really funny because I do a lot of pole sports, but I come to pole dancing because I was a go-go dancer in nightclubs.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yes, so more sexy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not strip clubs, it was a normal nightclub where you can go for party, and I was a dancer there. It was a lot of fun. And some clubs we had some poles, and I thought, okay, it would be really cool to do something special on the pole. So I think I did one class, and then I bought a pole and practiced at home. Yeah.
Oh wow! So it was just there, like it was at your workplace, and maybe you saw the girls using, and you were intrigued and maybe a bit excited to see all the potential that, like you saw the pole and you thought, oh, all these amazing things maybe you could do with it.
Yeah, because just shaking the ass was too boring for me. I like to do something acrobatic.
Yeah, and probably you knew that you had some potential in you, like physical potential that you could use more than maybe when you do go-go dancing. It's more limited in terms of technique, but you felt maybe something, you could make something more of it, right?
Yeah, because I did rhythmic gymnastics in the past, so I had some.
Cool.
Yeah,
I did too, actually.
Yeah, but I did just amateur level.
Me too. Like, me too.
Not like Russian style.
Yeah. No. Actually, me too. It was a hobby. But it does give you some passion for training, I think, and some good base of flexibility. And
yeah, of course. I think that's the reason why I also really flexible, because I started when I was a child, and I also did ballet and jazz and modern dance. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's interesting because I can relate a little bit to what you're saying, because so I did a lot of rhythmic gymnastic, but not just amateur level when I was little, and then when I was teenager I did a couple of years of ballet, again just really casually, but it was it's interesting. And
And I think it's really good. I think ballet is the best basic for everything, because you work on your body lines and and flexibility, and also active flexibility. So I think it's a really good basic for all dance stuffs.
Yeah, that's great. So at first, like you said, you felt like you were called by this sport, and so how did it happen? Like, did you first take a class? Did you buy a pole? How was the journey for you?
Yeah, then I practiced by myself.
In your house?
Yes, and it was
Cool.
my father's house. I lived with my father at this moment, and I practiced there, and I touched everything by myself. Wow. In this time, I think we had no Instagram.
Yeah. Excuse me. I think it's. I haven't asked, but how long ago was that? When did you start it?
I think it's 9 years. Something like 9
wow,
years ago.
Amazing.
Yeah, 9 or 10 years maybe.
Wow.
But I didn't train like today. Yeah, I just practiced sometimes when I had time, and then I did my go-go dance with pole. And so in this time we had no Instagram, so it was not easy like today. But I worked with YouTube, and I watched some YouTube videos, and then I tried the things at home.
So you're really self-taught, actually.
Yes. I taught everything by myself. Yeah. But I'm a fitness coach, so I studied fitness training, so I know the body, and
I see.
I know.
Okay, yeah. So it complemented your training right from the start. You had like a fitness and flexibility base that you could apply to the pole. Yeah, that's great. Oh, okay. So you started your pole journey, and we mentioned a little bit earlier, but one of my questions that I really wanted to ask was, what was, like, when you saw that sport, the main appeal to you? What was it, like the flexibility maybe, or was the strength, or you thought that you could make it artistic? Like, what really like triggered your need to start?
I think it's the thing that it's both. It's a good combination of dance, flexibility, and strength. Because I also did a lot of fitness training in this time, and I also did bodybuilding competitions 6 years ago.
Sorry, what competition?
A bodybuilding.
Oh, wow, great! Yeah. Wow, amazing! Wow.
Yeah. So it's when I started pole dancing, I also did bodybuilding at the same time. But then I think 6 years ago I competed in bodybuilding, and I was not so focused on pole dancing. And after that, 1 year later, I started competing in pole dancing, and then I focused more on pole dancing.
Okay.
Because I found out that that's more my sport, because it's a combination of dance, strength, and flexibility. So
it's more complete maybe than bodybuilding, which is, I think bodybuilding is amazing. Like, it's a lot of hard work, and I can see you're really hardworking, like really dedicated. But I guess what pole offers is that combination of different elements. And one thing that I find really great about this sport is that you're getting some skills, and because you have those skills you want to achieve, you're not just focusing on how you will look, but it's going to be also a lot about the function of your body. So it also it's quite empowering in a way, because you forget a little bit how you look, but you think you have that vision of something you want to create. So I understand why at some point you felt like you wanted to try to compete in pole dance.
And it's really challenging, because there's always something new in pole dance you can do and you can learn. So you can work a lot on yourself, and
it does evolve fast.
You can improve yourself. So it's really nice. And I always was a dancer, so I think for me it's good to combine dancing and strength and flexibility. So And then I started to concentrate more on flexibility, and I trained a lot of flexibility.
I see.
So I think now I'm more flexible than when I did rhythmic gymnastics. Yeah.
Interesting. No, that's good to know actually, because people always think once you're not a kid anymore, you can't get flexible. But it's not true. Maybe if you've trained crazy, like Olympian level in rhythmic gymnastics in the Russian team, then of course you're at your top when you're like 20 maybe, and then it's going down. But most people haven't tried that hard when they were young. So actually they can just keep improving for quite long.
Yeah, of course. Also, if you're older, you can improve your flexibility.
Yeah, and you are very, very flexible. Like it's. I'm not. I'm not just saying. I'm very flexible too.
Yeah,
so I have really high standards. I have high standards, but when I watch you, I feel wow, that is great. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but I found out that everyone has different flexibility.
That's true.
And it also depends on the proportion of the body. Someone has a longer upper body, smaller legs, or I'm really small in total. Yes, so I think that makes. I think flexibility is really interesting because everyone has different flexibility. If you are flexible, that doesn't mean that you can do every flexi pole trick.
Absolutely.
So I found out that there are some flexi pole tricks. I thought, okay, I'm flexible. I should do this. But something happens that it's not possible for me.
I have that kind of moment too. It's quite frustrating, but it happens. Because depending on angles too, it can be different.
Yes, of course. So it's because if you do flexible on the pole, you are in a crazy position holding the grip and then holding the leg, and it's really it's different than doing flexible on the floor.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Yeah. It's quite brutal, I feel, when it is on the pole. It is more harsh on the body than when you do contortion with your own pace, and you can breathe as you want on the floor. I feel much safer actually when I work contortion on the floor than when I do
and because you have to hold the grip, and in some positions it's really difficult to hold the grip, and crossing leg. So it's really hard. So I think it's okay that everyone has different.
Yeah, of course. And that's why we can come up with different tricks, actually. Sometimes I try someone's trick, but because my flexibility or my strength or I don't know, maybe my skin is different, I will fail it, but I will somehow make something up, like something completely different. And that's how we create new things. So it's actually a good thing, like you say.
And that's also what I really like in pole dance, that everyone can have their own style, and it's not like you have to do this and this. Okay, in pole sports you have to do, but also there you can look what fits to your body or what not.
Yeah,
so I think that's really cool. You don't have to do everything, or you
it's like you make the sport fit you rather than having to fit in that frame like made by the sport, because I think it's evolving and it's still very young sport. Like we can still make it our own, really. So it is fun.
So that's really cool, because in the past I always thought, I have to do everything and it's really important to do everything. But I found out that there are some things they are not for my body, and if I'm scared for something, I don't like to do, because I don't like to have injuries. So I'm more careful now, and I know, okay, there are a lot of things I can do, and if there's something I cannot do, it's okay. Someone else can do it.
Okay, so I'm also quite curious about knowing, like, you're in a great physical condition. Like, how do you train? Like, could you describe a little bit what your training looks like in a day or in a week?
Yes. So, I try to train as much as possible.
That's nice.
I have to say at the moment I have to teach a lot. So, and I try to do my training before teaching pole classes. So, because after teaching pole classes, I'm too tired.
I know what you mean.
Yes. So, but oh wait, sorry. So I try to train before my pole classes, and but I think I train 2 or 3 hours usually. But if I have to teach a lot of classes after, I cannot train too much because then I'm too tired in my classes. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Always have to find the right balance.
Yes. So I would love to train longer, but the most times I have not so much time. Yeah. And I always start my training with my flexibility.
Yeah.
So it's my warm up, it's my flexibility training. So I do my flexibility stuff almost every day.
Oh, wow.
And yes. So okay, if I have a rest day, then I don't do flexibility.
So before you describe each day, do you how many days in a week do you do?
Yeah, so it depends on how my schedule look. Yeah,
of
because
course.
There are some weeks I train every day, but if I don't have time because I have to travel or there's some
something
some
coming
private
up.
stuff at the weekend or something like that, then I don't train. But usually I train almost every week. At the moment, I try to find some rest days because I teach a lot at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm also teaching in a fitness studio. So usually in the morning, I'm in the fitness studio, and then in the afternoon, I go for my own training, and then I teach pole classes.
So, for example, if you train 2 or 3 hours in a day, you're gonna spend a little bit, like maybe 1 hour for flexi, and then you will do strength. Do you do conditioning? Do you do pole?
So, I think I have to say, sometimes I try to plan my training, but I found out it's not possible because then I'm in my training and I do something else like I want to do. So it's really spontaneously, especially if I'm not preparing for a competition. If I prepare for competition, then it looks a little different, of course. But at the moment, I go to training and I do my warming up and I do my flexibility, maybe 40 minutes. And then I just start with doing some combos. And I try to do strength and flexibility both every time. Sometimes more flexibility, sometimes more strength.
Okay. And do you work only on the pole, or do you do other kind of conditioning or sports?
So especially for my flexibility stuff, I also do something on the floor. So sometimes I spend more time on flexibility before going on the pole, especially if it's too hot. Because in Germany we don't have air conditioning in the studio, so if it's over 30 degrees, it's difficult to work on the pole. So maybe some low pole. And then I spend more time with some contortion stuff on the floor. But so I also teach some fitness classes at the gym. So that's also a good conditioning for me. And I try to do my, once per week a leg workout at the gym with some weights for legs.
Okay.
Because I had some knee problems. I had a surgery in my knee. So it's important to build up the muscles in my legs.
Okay, yes. Okay, great.
Before I also fitness. But also I think it's also really good. Especially you can also sometimes I have shoulder problems, so injury in shoulders. So you can do really good stuff for shoulders at the gym, I think, with weights or with some.
Okay, so you try to complement with different type of strengthening for your weak parts, maybe. Okay, yeah. So that leads me into the next question, which is, do you live only by pole dancing, or do you have maybe another job? You mentioned you are also a trainer, so can I know a little bit more how?
Yes, so I'm almost just pole dancer, but like I said before, I'm also working at the gym. So I have some classes. I also have some rehab classes. So for people who have back problems, shoulder problems or something.
I see.
So I can do my own rehab also.
Yeah, that's great. I think it's great knowledge to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And if I have if I have shoulder problems, then my people also have to do shoulder stuff.
So the schedule is decided according to your condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I also teach some fitness classes. So and then I teach pole classes and pole privates and pole workshops. And I also do some pole shows. I also had some. Yeah, I also had some contracts in varietés, and last winter I was working at the circus.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, that's much different experience in the circus. Yeah, but it's really cool. But it's also hard to perform every day. And sometimes we had 2 shows per day. So but it was also a great experience to perform.
Yeah, that's great. So you teach in somebody's studio or you?
Yeah, so I have 2 studios where I'm teaching.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have my own studio. It's so stressful, I think.
Yeah, I think it's also takes, like you were talking about, jungling between the different jobs and trainings, and I think those who own a studio also have that other extra thing that they need to add on top of the training.
You have your own studio?
Yes, I have, and I keep it small at the moment, so I don't have to do a lot of customer service or a lot of organization, and I'm not employing anybody, so I don't have this whole organization part to handle, which is good because this way I only have to teach and train. But if there was another thing coming into the equation, then of course it's again it's more challenging, so it's hard to be everywhere at the same time. But it sounds like you're managing already quite a lot, so yeah, it's great. So you mentioned performing, so there was something I was wondering was which aspects of pole dancing do you enjoy the most? Like, you like training, obviously, you like probably teaching, performing, competing. Like, could you tell me a little bit which is like your thing?
So I think I like everything, but I think I like performing the most. So performing not in competition. I also like performing in competition, but it's so stressful.
Yeah.
So nervous, and so I think performing in a show, it's more like I can enjoy it more, and I like to show the people what I like. So I like to
I think also because you compete a lot in pole sport organization is quite tight rules, so maybe sometimes you have to limit yourself or you have to compromise, and you're not able to really show who you are completely. But when you have a performance, maybe you're completely free to make your decisions.
I also competed in pole art.
Yes, actually, when I was checking your achievements, I've seen that. Yeah, you did win pole theater as well, right?
Hungary.
Yes.
Pole theater Hungary, last year.
Yeah, that's
And pole art Italy, I did 2 times pole art Italy. It's a really big competition.
Pole art. That's nice. Yeah, so you enjoy this part a little bit more then.
Yes, of course. Of course. Because if you can also change something before the competition.
I do that all the time, actually. Sometimes 1 week before the competition, I'm like, no. But with pole sport you can't. Yes, I know what you mean.
You can't do it. Yes. And in pole sports, it's like you do the same trick, almost the same tricks every year.
Because there are some things that work, so you want to rebuild, like to replicate the winning recipe. So it is also I noticed it's also a trap. When we compete, we know there are some things that work, like they pay off because it's good tricks, good combos, but then the temptation is to reuse them again and again. But when you have those shows, at least you can show something new all the time, something that's matching your mood at that particular moment. And so I think it's great
if you perform for an audience, they are not pole dancers. I think people, they are really impressed. So it's so cool.
They have fresh eyes and they don't care just about the tricks, but they care also about you and how you express and your music choice, and there's a lot going.
And it's always a great feeling to be on stage.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I understand. It is special. It's a bit magical. And then I don't know if you have chance to talk to the people after your show sometimes, but that must be really nice too.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's great.
But I also like teaching and
performing.
performing.
Of course. Yeah. So with pole dance, would you be able to tell? Maybe it's something you're still figuring out, but would you be able to tell what you're trying to achieve? You know what?
I have to say that I almost achieve more than I have
expected.
I expected. I have never expected that I will achieve so much in pole dancing, because when I started pole dancing, it was not that I thought, oh, I like to be a professional pole dancer now. It was just coming out so like this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because when I did my first competition and I won my first competition, then I did more, and then I think.
So you were surprised a little bit each step that you passed. You were like, oh, that can go further, and I see. Yeah.
Yes. And until now, I think I'm really happy that I'm the German champion in elite 3 times. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
and I was on the Super Talent TV show in Germany
last
year.
Yeah. Oh, that must be great too. Yeah.
I was at the World Championship, so I achieved so much. So everything will come next. It's just a topping, you know.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, because sometimes we come in with some expectations for ourselves. This is like, I have really opposite experience. When I decided to start pole, I wanted to be a champion. It's like I had not touched a pole, but I was like, I think I want to be a champion. So I had some expectation for myself, and so it's like it has a good part, a good side of it, but also the bad side of it. So I think it's I'm in some ways I envy you, because you're very chill about it and you can just enjoy whatever is coming.
Yes.
But
so,
that's great.
I'm happy with the stuff I'm already achieved. So yeah,
that's nice. And you did great. And it's
cool to win a competition. It's really cool. Yeah, but it's not everything in life. You know. So.
Yeah. No, I figured out. Eventually, at some point, I was like, "Oh, I won a competition," but still, it's not everything, like you just said. Like, yeah. Okay. So, would you like maybe like your next steps? Do you want to carry on? Like, do you have the right balance for you between competing, teaching, performing, or would you like to do a bit more of this or a bit more of that?
I don't know. So this year, okay, all the competitions are cancelled because of Corona, and I have to say, I think it's also good to have times like this, so you can be more relaxed, because competitions, it's always so stressful.
It puts your life on hold sometimes.
Yes.
I had some years I was like, no, I will celebrate my birthday after the competition. Like, for now, I totally ignore it. So yeah.
Yeah, and if I say, okay, I will not do so many competitions this year, then I do competitions. Yeah, I in the beginning,
you can't help it, maybe.
Yes. So I would love to perform more. But it's not so easy to get a lot of shows, you know.
Yeah, I mean, already it's good you find some places that look for pole dancers and they hire you, because in some countries it's not like that. I think that in Japan we don't really have shows. Like, there are some nightlife performances. They can be like shows, but it's really like a different lifestyle. It's like they are the pole performers, and it had to be an athlete at the same time. So Yeah, if you have access to that, yes, I think it's really really
Here
good
in
for you.
Germany, we have a lot of these. It's called Varieté. It's like a circus in a fixed house.
That's
It's
nice.
really cool. Yeah, we have a lot of this in Germany. I think it's popular in Germany. Not so many
So
other
you
countries.
also get to meet other disciplines, maybe aerial or like.
Yeah, so yeah, they have everything. But I like to do pole.
To do what? Sorry.
I like pole.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's your main.
So yeah, maybe some easy contortion stuff would be
Well,
possible.
I'm sure you don't make. I'm sure it's not easy things. Knowing what you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, the thing is, yeah, I also have to earn money. That's the thing. So if I do just competitions, and if you do competitions, you have to spend so much money.
Yeah,
And
it's a
you
lot.
don't get money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's cool. I like to do this, but not too much maybe, because I also have to live.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
I need to check the plans for next year. I think at the moment it's a little bit difficult with the
Yeah,
Corona
we don't know.
situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And at the moment there are no pole shows yet. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For now, we can just enjoy focusing on our own trainings and what we like, and like you said, it's good to have those time, and you can just change a little bit the routine, maybe.
Yeah. So just let's see what comes.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing I was wondering is you are very active on social media, like on Instagram. You post a lot, and I love watching what you do. But I was wondering, is that something you really love doing, or do you feel like maybe you have to because that's a way to, I don't know, advertise class, or like do you love doing this?
I think it's both. I like it, but sometimes it's like I have the feeling I have to do it. Of course, yes.
Yeah.
So I had this problem with my Instagram account last year. I got hacked, and
I remember.
yeah, I had 40,000 followers, so I had to start new now. So now
I felt sorry for you, but I was confident that you could rebuild it soon because.
Yes, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, Instagram, it's really important because it's the main marketing for me. So people see me on Instagram and they can book me for workshops.
Yeah.
I think the most come from Instagram and maybe Facebook, but I think this time it's more Instagram. And yeah, and also I have some cooperation with brands.
With what?
With brands, so like pole outfits and sport outfits.
Sure.
Yeah, I get them for free and I promote it for them.
Okay, so you can make maybe a little bit of money to complement your income.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
So and I get free stuff, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I think if you start doing a lot of Instagram stuff, then you have to do regular. You know, if you post for 1 week nothing, then I think it's not
this
good.
is
Yeah,
my approach and it's not great. It's for example in my case, I don't enjoy this part very much. I don't really like Instagram, but I started, it was after I became, it was before world championships, it was after I became national champion in Japan. I felt no one knows me. It's like I didn't exist at all because I was not on social media. So I felt, okay, I have to do it. So I started posting things, but I'm not very consistent with it.
I think there are a lot of great pole dancers. They are not so popular on Instagram. It's really sad because we love to see more of them.
Yeah, I mean it is sad, but on the other hand, it is fine because it's easy to get, how can I say, trapped in this, like becoming the slave of your account. So at least when you're not popular and you have nothing to lose, and it's also nice, you can focus more on yourself and what you actually enjoy, because sometimes I really feel like there's something I have mastered completely, like it's easy to do, but if I'm
I'm shooting for Instagram, I feel it takes ages. You know, I have to shoot several times to get a certain lighting or angle to showcase the trick. But it's the things, the stuff I do all the time. I show for my student. It's just fine, and then it's very time consuming. So I respect those who are really dedicated to doing it, but it's not my thing. So. But I'm glad you're doing it, because I can get to watch you.
But sometimes it's a really good training, because sometimes there's in a training I just do maybe one combo and I like to clean it up to post it on Instagram, you know?
Yeah.
So because if you're really happy with one combo, it can take a lot of time. Yeah. Sometimes it works really soon, but sometimes you have to do it a lot and again and again and again, because you were not happy with the video. And if you say, okay, I like to post this on Instagram today, and it should be almost perfect, then you do it again and again. And in this time you have a really good training, because you focus a lot of how clean you are and on the technique and the most flexibility which is possible. Because sometimes you try a flexi trick, and then if you do it the first time, you don't push it to the limit, you know? So
okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
Again,
Yeah, the video effect always pushing people. Yeah. Also, I think it's nice to get feedback from your followers. Let's say in the future, when you're planning your choreographies, you know that some like tricks really worked on your Instagram, so maybe it means people like it, so it gives you some interesting feedback. And plus, people like you who post a lot can get also many connections with other people, and I think it is the nice part. It's the nice bit, like that's how we've been able to interact a bit, and that's why we are able to talk today. Without Instagram, probably we would not know.
I love the whole community on Instagram. It's so cool, and to inspire each other, it's so cool. I think that's really nice to have.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And sometimes it's like, if you know people just from Instagram and then you met them for the first time, it's like you know each other for years.
and yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it is nice. Yeah. And yeah, when you go to competition, it makes it a little bit less intimidating, maybe.
Yes. It's so cool to meet the people then in person. I love it.
Yeah, of course it's hard because we are all scattered all over the world, so we don't always get a chance to meet, but this way we have access to many other talents, and we can still have some form of relationship with those that we would not get to meet, or maybe just once in a year for a competition. So yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. Cool. So I think I'm done with my questions for today. I'm checking because I don't want to forget. Yeah, I think that is all I had for today. But we may do this again in the future. But yeah. No, I think it was great talking to you and getting to know a little bit more. Because when I see good athletes, I always have many questions. So
I know that. For me, it's the same.
Yeah. So anyway, I think people will be happy also to find out everything about you, because we know you through your feeds, but we don't always we don't get to hear your voice and to know your experience. So
I think it's very cool to do something like that. It's a nice idea from you. So.
Yeah, and I think that today I'm interviewing you because like you're a great athlete, but in the future it's gonna be amateurs, organizers, and all the people involved in the community. So we will feel like we can connect, and that everybody is really part of the pole community. Like you don't have to be a really high level, like such as you, to also be part of it. So that's what I'm trying to do with those interviews.
Your idea. It's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, if you have some people that you love, you can send them to me, like your students. You probably know some people who are really inspiring to you, whether they are like I said, whether they are pro or not. Some people you think they have an interesting story, like you can tell them I'm interested.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So again, thank you very much for your time.
And hope to meet you soon.
Yes,
in
yeah,
real life.
yeah, that would be really nice, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but Japan is so far away. But yeah.
No, it's not easy, but I go to Europe. Yeah, because I'm French, so sometimes I go back to Europe.
Okay,
it's probably more likely we will meet in Europe someday. But like you said, now with the virus, we don't really know what's the next competition, and like it's always hard, like for pole dancers to know what is the next competition anyway. But as far as I'm concerned, I never really know what is my next until I am applying. So. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a chance one day.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah.
So bye to everyone.
Yes. Bye. Bye bye. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this interview. If you have some questions you would like me to ask to the guests in the future, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye.